Hey everybody, Dragon here. Just show you a quick video. This video is going to be mostly about killing the Chaos Elemental. Um, as you can see from here, I'm already at the Chaos Elemental, and I'm going to show you the gear as soon as I get finished with what I'm doing, which is grabbing the loot. Alright. Alright, so first off, you want to get the Hellfire Bow, and the second thing you're going to do is you want to go here to your settings. You want to come down to your attack options, player attack options, and change it to hidden. I promise you this is extremely important. This is the first thing you want to have when you go in the wilderness and you don't plan on killing anybody. Reason why is because you can't get a skull unless you do this. So as long as you have that on, they can't make you skull them. So they can run around all they want, but all they're doing is just giving you time to get away. This method that I'm using requires me to use the Hellfire Bow and using Royal Dragonhide. I also spike my Dragonhides. You use a Kevet Claw to spike your Dragonhides, which will give you just a slight bit additional damage, not much. And then you want to bring in LOTD and pretty much everything you see on here. The Hellfire Bow is the most important, so that requires a 97 or 96 attack or range, and it's also one of the most powerful weapons in the entire game by a very big degree. It's a T99. There is no other weapon that goes that high. But the thing is, you can't take it out of the wilderness. It's only in the wilderness, and when you die, you lose it. So that's why I use it, because it takes up my slot for my weapon, meaning that when I die, I didn't actually lose my weapon because it was already gone the minute I left. Keep in mind, you have to stay logged in. If you want to know how to find the wilderness bow, you have to use the wilderness weapon, which is the wilderness sword, which is part of the task set. That's what I personally use. I have the wilderness 4, but you only need the level 1. Another thing you want to do is if you have an aura, I use the Supreme Sharpshooter. It doesn't work on player versus player, but it works on this guy. The other thing I like to use, let me check to see if my stats ain't lowered. No, they're still high. I like to use my Supreme Ranging Potions because they're easy to make. I've already gotten 3 of these Spirit Weeds off of him, and those are 50k a piece, so that's 150k. I've been here for about 15 minutes. So the amount that I can actually lose is 130k, which I'm now getting ready to go put this money in the bank because I've got a little bit too much on value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run off to the bank after I grab those dragon bones. Because there's dragon bones. He also drops every bone in the game, just FYI. So it's not bad if you are trying to get him to drop something like Frost Dragon Bones, which I personally have never gotten from him, but that doesn't mean he doesn't drop them. So this is the local bank you're going to want to walk to. It'll take you right over here, and keep in mind this is a high PK spot, so people like to kill you, and this is one of their favorite places to do it. I personally do this all the time, so I never lose anything. I'll show you why. So if you look right here, this is what I will save. I will save my LOTD and this as long as I don't attack another player. Well, since I turned that off to where I can't attack another player, I can't be skulled either. So which means no matter what, I'll never lose what I have. Players like to use your prayer up, so if you have curses, there is a prayer for that. Give me a second, I'll show it to you. So these are all my Ceradan Brews. That's what he drops a lot. They're worth quite a bit. He drops them very frequently. So right there is 150,000 plus this 150,000. And then you want to fill up your inventory with bones. So I usually have quite a few to fill it up with. The reason why I use bones is because they're very quick to click on. So you don't have to worry about him appearing next to you and killing you while you're trying to grab his loot. So I do it so that way it's a quick method of just clicking and it's not food. So I use food, but I usually use what he gives. I will bring food with me when I first start until he drops food, and then I will take everything else and put it in the bank. Now, one of the things he drops a lot of is sharks. I don't recommend keeping that as a food. I recommend keeping his curry, unless you don't have the defense for surviving him as well as I do. I'm currently using a wilderness cape, which is just one of the weakest capes in the game, but that's just because I bought it to take up a space and then I end up equipping it. It's really not necessary. But remember, your goal here is to make 130K. As soon as you make 130K, you have now made a pure profit. Anything you make after that is also profit. You can use my method at the lava worms because there's also a bank near there. This method pretty much guarantees that you will always make money and you'll never lose anything because, well, I mean, even if you get killed by another player, the most they're going to get is what you're currently wearing, which is your Royal Dragon Hide, which is only worth 100K and it's not worth much. So it's not hard to replace since you're making way more than that. So this time he dropped arrows. Now, I like doing this boss because he's just so much fun, and I like it watching other players come over and seeing my LOTD on, and they're like, oh my god, I'm going to get an LOTD from this guy. And then they don't. So, to me, it's always fun. But keep in mind, last week, I actually did this, and I forgot to turn off my player killing ability because I was showing a different video to somebody. And I turned it off and forgot to turn it back on. So I actually lost 230K or 230 million. And it wasn't too bad. I mean, like I said, I wasn't that hurting. I've got a decent amount of GP, so I wasn't really worried about it. I was more like, man, this is so retarded because I'm literally making a video on how to stay safe in the wilderness. And here I get PK'd while doing it. You know, I mean, it's ironic. So this is just what I wanted you guys to see. I wanted you guys to get an idea because a lot of people are so afraid to go in the wilderness. But if you do things right, you won't be afraid. Now, underneath curses, there's one prayer that a lot of people forget to click on. As soon as I see another player, like right now, that's getting ready to attack me, yeah, see, he's attacking me for some reason. I'm not actually sure why. He won't get much off me. But as you see, I didn't lose anything. So that was actually a good to my ending. Now, as you can see from here, I still got my LOTD, and I still got my Royal Dragon Hide body. So I actually won. So I made, in about 20 minutes, I made roughly about 500K, but I was mainly there for the easy kills. So we'll go up here and see how many wars I got. So I can earn 400 more. So I didn't get all that I wanted, but I got a decent amount of Marks of War, which you use to unlock better auras, and you can use it for all kinds of good stuff. Well, I hope this video helps some of you guys, and I'm really looking forward to getting some feedback. I would appreciate if you leave a couple comments and let me know what you think of the video. This is Dragon. I'm out. Good luck to you.